You are. You are a very loud person.
I
In
have
good
a very
way.
sharp and pronounced voice when I want it to be.
Take my advice and don't comment about that. Me. I'm taking my own advice. No
Take your own
comment.
advice and
No
don't comment.
Surrounds me in the eye of the storm.
My name is Philip Stokey, and this is my beautiful wife, Kate.
We are storm chasers. We may be a little bit out of the ordinary, but that doesn't stop us from always looking up at God's amazing creations that He paints in the sky.
Come follow us on our adventures as we share our passion of the weather and most of all the power of our great Lord.
And don't forget to always look up.
In the eye of the storm, you remain in control. In the middle of the war, you guard my soul. You alone are the anchor when my sails are torn. Your love surrounds me in the eye of the storm.
Welcome to another episode of Always Lookin Up. We are in beautiful Livingston, Montana.
Yes,
On vacation. It is the final day.
of our vacation.
Very sad.
But we have been able to go storm chasing. We did that yesterday, in the morning and in the evening.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Saw some awesome clouds. So we took our dogs. First and foremost, I guess we're in Livingston, Montana. We're not 9 Mile today. This is our favorite place. It's like a home away from home. We come to these cabins and get to see this
Yes.
every year. It
The
is
Yellowstone River is behind us.
Yeah, it is such a blessing.
Such a blessing.
The
Yeah,
staff here is incredible. The food's incredible.
people are
People
incredible.
in general,
In
all around
general.
are incredible. Yeah,
As we've said many, many times, this is our home away from home.
Yeah, this is what, our 7th, 8th year in a row?
Yes, 7th or
Yeah,
8th.
somewhere in there. I don't even, yeah.
We
I'm
started
terrible at
coming here in
dates.
2017.
Yeah.
So,
We stumbled upon it on a road trip chasing storms. We actually had a second wedding, so to say, after our first on the west side. We had another one in Maryland, and from Maryland we drove out to the plains, Kansas and Nebraska, a little bit of Oklahoma, chasing storms. When we came through this town, which we've both been through it before. I've been to Yellowstone many times as a kid, and then I know you and your mom came through here. But just driving through, we needed to find a hotel, and all of the hotels in town were booked because of a concert. But they had availability at this
Here.
lodge on the water.
on the water.
I mean, I went swimming earlier today. Oh,
Yeah, we were like,
so awesome.
oh, let's
So,
stay
so
there.
awesome.
And it's a little bit south of town. And so we came here and we were like, oh my gosh, this is incredible.
Been coming ever since.
We've been coming every year ever since.
Yellowstone Valley Lodge in Livingston, Montana. Top notch. Just mention the Stokies, you'll get the family and friend discount. It's awesome.
Oh, there's an eagle right over there.
Oh, a big eagle.
Yeah. There's several eagles that, their water's right here, so there's fish right here, and so they are always looking for a meal. And it's really neat to just watch them
We've got
play
some-
and fly
yeah.
around.
Yeah, we got some really good photos that we'll share with you. So yesterday, I guess we were swimming with the dogs in the Yellowstone River. Just beautiful day. Was a little chilly because we had a bunch of cloud coverage, but it was from some really good storms. Some of our favorite clouds, Mammatus clouds. How do they form?
Mammatus clouds, they are clouds that form. Well, first, they are indicative of turbulent weather and possibility for severe weather down the line. So they form when warm air is rising and cool air is sinking, and then the two just kind of come together and it forms these sort of pockets, and it looks like they're hanging down in pockets and pillows or cotton balls, and they're all bunched together, and there's some really, really pronounced ones that we've seen in the Midwest when we're chasing supercells and tornadoes. And we saw some really beautiful ones here yesterday morning specifically.
Yeah.
It was around 10:30
Yeah, it
in
was
the
pretty
morning.
early. Yeah.
And we were just like, oh my gosh, we had taken our dogs to the river. They got to swim for about an hour or so.
It's like, oh, it's going to rain.
Yeah, it's going to rain. And we were just like looking up at the sky, always looking up, always looking up. And then we left and we just kept stopping and taking pictures. And it was just really beautiful.
There's some shows on TV that talk about the weather and people's experiences going through like tornadic events and stuff. And one thing that's a very common occurrence is if you see those mammatus clouds, they're usually on the front and the back side of storms. So if you see them and there's nothing going on, good chance for some good severe weather, maybe a good wind, a gust front, rain, of course, potentially a big supercell.
Yeah.
On the anvil side too of a supercell, when that anvil shoots off the top and starts leaning in front of the storm, they can make for some of the most incredible photos.
Oh my goodness, especially if it's at sunset.
And they can be very eerie, but I think they are absolutely beautiful. One of my favorite clouds for sure.
Top 3 favorite cloud
And then
types.
Yeah, and then after like say a tornado goes through or just a big storm, sometimes on the backside you get those same mammatus clouds, and usually thunderstorms and severe storms happen later in the day, so you can have this, bright sunny blue day, and then all of a sudden you see some mammatus clouds. You're like, oh boy. Then you get
Something's about to happen.
sucker punched with the storm, and then right behind it is these clouds again, which leads to sometimes some of the most incredible sunsets too.
Yeah,
A lot
there's
of electricity in the sky.
yeah,
usually.
electrons in the sky, in the atmosphere, and then it just really electrifies the sunset, and it's some of the most incredible sunsets come after a severe storm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
So that's what we were doing yesterday. And then yesterday afternoon, we went chasing. We headed east and then we headed north. But then we
all over.
we drove all over just because we love Montana. We were like, let's just drive around. And we knew this was around like 2:00 and looking at the models and stuff and figuring out what we wanted to do. And it was decided that we should just go back to here, our cabin.
Just go, I mean, why would we want to come back to this?
I know.
Are we crazy?
Are we crazy?
What
I
are
know.
we doing on the road?
So,
Just go back to our cabin.
and sure enough, around 5:30, 6:00, a storm rolled through and it just got really windy and sheets of rain were just coming off the roofs and flying across the water. And it was so, it was perfect. And then after the storm was passing through, the sun came back out and gave us a gorgeous double rainbow.
It was almost a 2.5 rainbow. That thing was crazy.
Yeah, it was
Super
like
wide. And
God just gave us that perfect little sequence.
I would say almost every single time we've been here, we get some rainbows here. It's just incredible, the rainbows that occur right here for us to enjoy all the time. It just reaffirms God's love over us for sure. And he brought that storm to us, like you said, just go back home, go back to the cabins, relax,
I gotcha.
eat some dinner.
So that's what we did.
Yeah.
We and then there were some eagles flying around. So
Got an eagle with the sun, or with
he got a really
rainbow.
good picture with the eagle and the rainbow behind it. It's just like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. And then we had a couple hours later, or an hour or so later, nearly full moon rose just over
Just
this
over
way.
that mountain, yeah.
And so that was cool, really cool too.
Absolutely. You just start seeing the glow, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh,
And
get
it
the
just
camera,
pops
get the
up.
camera.
Yeah,
Hurry up.
yeah.
Kate, you actually got the photo.
Well, you got.
I set it up and you focused it in. I was
He
impressed.
said, yeah.
She's got the eye.
He set
She's
it
got
up
the
for me, and then I focused in, and then he like tapped the button. So if it was just up to me, I wouldn't have gotten that good of a photo. But the only thing that I did was focus in on the moon. But that was
press the
really neat.
button. Yeah.
It was beautiful.
Really fun. So we've got plenty of photos to share of that, and the rainbows and the modest clouds. You can see those, some lightning shots. We've got a couple of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think it's time. Well, you have a Bible verse.
Bible verse. Yeah,
and
we're
then-
going
And then it's time for us to turn these chairs back around so we can enjoy the view.
Yeah, we just wanted to do a
Couple
little
bug bites.
update about our storm chasing trip and just our trip in general. Okay, this comes from Job, Job 36, verses 26 through 32. Behold, God is great.
Bugs.
God,
Montana bugs.
Montana bugs.
That was a pterodactyl. Just hit you in the face. No, they're not that bad.
Behold, God is great, and we know him not. The number of his years is unsearchable. For he draws up the drops of water, they distill his mist and rain, which the skies pour down and drop on mankind abundantly. Can anyone understand the spreading of the clouds, the thundering of his pavilion? Behold, he scatters his lightning about him and covers the roots of the sea. For by these he judges peoples, he gives food in abundance. He covers his hands with the lightning and commands it to strike the mark. Its crashing declares his presence. The cattle also declare that he rises. So that's pretty powerful. Yes, how can you understand anything, or how can you know anything if you don't understand that God creates the lightning and the clouds
He
and just
created these
everything?
mountains behind us, creates the weather,
Yep,
created it all.
created it all.
So if you haven't read through Job, do so. Highly recommended. It's a very strong book of the Bible for sure.
Yes, indeed.
But yeah,
Yeah, so no weather forecast today for the week because we're not in 9
I think
Mile.
it's just going to be hot and maybe smoky.
Yeah, I of course I've been keeping up with the weather, and it's just hot and sunny all week long. Not super hot, but just summer weather, and then maybe some smoke and haze by the end of the week. Not too bad, but it's summertime, so.
I think the weather here in Livingston is going to be thunderstorms every day for the rest of the week.
I know. Maybe we should extend. Can we do
I'll
that?
have to call my boss. I can
Can you stay
get back and check
watch
on the chickens. Yeah.
and the cat and
I
the?
think he's had a
And water
hard
the garden.
time with the chickens. I'm sorry, Dan. Love you.
Thank you so much, Dan.
I might
yeah.
not be coming back home. So
Yeah.
you can keep the chickens. We'll get some more.
Yeah, we always threaten that. Yeah.
But anyway,
So
you
Yeah.
guys always look up.
you
If
just
you
never
have-
know what
yeah.
you're gonna see.
If you have any questions about the weather, you know who to talk to. So, cool. Well, let's get back to our sunset.
See you next time, guys. Always look up.
So why are we always looking up? Because God gives us great gifts like this.
Sometimes you gotta dance through the darkness, sing through the fire, praise when it don't make sense. Sometimes you gotta stare down the giant, worship from the lion's den. Sometimes you gotta shout it from the mountain, louder in the valley, trusting that he's gonna get you there. Sometimes you gotta welcome the wonder, wait for the end. blessings day and night, countless reasons why I'll praise you anywhere. Every promise kept, goodness every step, each and every breath. I'll praise you anywhere. Faithful all my life.
Oh yeah, it's got you. I can see you. Oh yeah. Always captures like the deep tones. I always have to brighten mine up, and you're,
Oh, really?
yeah, yours is super loud
Mine's super loud
sometimes.
because I'm a loud person.
She's a very loud person. You are. You are a very loud person.
I
In
have a
good
very
way.
sharp and pronounced voice when I want it to be.
Take my advice and don't comment about that. Me. I'm taking my own advice.
Take
No
your
comment.
own advice and
No
don't comment.
Oh, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble.
Oh.
Welcome to
Behold, God is great.
bugs.
God,
Montana bugs.
Montana bugs.
That was a pterodactyl. Just hit you in the face. No, they're not that bad.
Behold, is written that.
We'll need the cat though. We don't need the cat over here.
We don't need the cat?
Yeah, we can just stay. They can keep the cat.
No, she's my cat.
We'll crop that out of this video. But
She's my Cinder. She's been with me for 14
Cinder.
years.
Cinder.
Yeah.